Hey Celtics Nation, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. There's been a buzz in the NBA world over the past few hours, and it's coming straight out of Boston. Now, I want you to take this with a grain of salt, but it seems like PAYTON PRITCHARD might be on his way out of the Boston Celtics. That's right. Word is swirling, insiders are murmuring, and if the whispers are true, this could mark a significant shift, not just for Pritchard, but for the Celtics rotation as well. We're talking about a guy who's been grinding on his roster, playing behind stars, waiting patiently for his moment. And now, it looks like that chapter might be closing. I know, it's not confirmed. But when multiple sources start hinting at the same thing, you gotta pay attention. Let's break down what's going on and why this rumor has the potential to change a lot more than people think. So, what exactly sparked all this talk? Well, PAYTON himself might have. Let's a cat out of the bag. In a recent interaction, something subtle, barely noticeable if you're not paying attention, he reportedly made a cryptic comment suggesting his time in Boston could be winding down. Now, this isn't one of those dramatic Instagram unfollows or sudden disappearance from team media days. No, this was more calculated, more professional, and that's exactly why it feels real. Pritchard, as we know, has always handled his business with class, so if he's sending a message, it's probably been on his mind for a while. Think about it. He's a high IQ guard, a lights-out shooter, but stuck behind a logjam of ball dominant stars in a team with championship ambitions. How long can a player with real upside stay patient? Dig a little deeper, and the picture starts to make more sense. This isn't just about playing time. It's about fit. PAYTON Pritchard is a guy who thrives with the ball in his hands. He needs rhythm. He needs freedom. And in a Celtics lineup built around Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and now Drew Holiday and Derek White, those touches are hard to come by. He's shown flashes, those scoring outbursts off the bench, the clutch threes, the hustle plays. But flashes don't build careers. Not the kind Pritchard wants. And now, heading into the prime of his playing years, you can't blame the guy for wanting more. The NBA isn't about loyalty anymore. It's about opportunity, development, and legacy. And right now, all three might be easier to find outside of Boston. But here's where things get even juicier. There are rumors circulating that several teams have already been sniffing around. Think about some of the franchises hungry for guard. Play, Orlando, Toronto, even the Spurs, teams with young cores and minutes to spare. Pritchard could walk in the door and be handed the keys to a second unit, or even compete for a starting job. That kind of elevation changes everything. We've seen what he can do in Summer League, in college at Oregon, and in those rare NBA games when he's been unleashed. The kid can hoop. If he lands in the right system, with a coach that believes in him, he could go from forgotten bench piece to one of the most impactful, under-the-radar pickups of the year. It's not crazy. It's happened before. Look at Jalen Brunson. Look at Tyus Jones. Now, I'm not saying the Celtics are blind to his value. Let's be clear. Brad Stevens knows talent. Joe Mazzulla understands what Pritchard brings to the floor. They've trusted him in big moments before, but that's kind of the point. If they believed in him enough to give him 25-30 minutes a night, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Pritchard is stuck in that NBA limbo. Too good to sit, but not quite good enough to demand the floor on a stacked contender. That's a frustrating place to live, and eventually players want out. It doesn't mean there's beef. It doesn't mean things ended poorly. It just means the writing's on the wall. And if Pritchard is starting to see that, well, maybe. Boston's front office already saw it months ago. Here's the other angle to consider. Contract situations. Remember, Pritchard signed a 4-year extension with the Celtics, but that deal only locks in value if he's being used. Sitting on the bench depreciates a player's worth fast. And in today's NBA, where cap space and assets are currency, you can't afford to have $8 million a year warming the bench. Warming the curve. A move might not just be good for Pritchard. It might be smart business for the Celtics. Package him in a trade. Clear minutes for someone else. Maybe bring in a veteran wing or future pick. This could be a classic win-win. We've seen Boston make tough, calculated moves before. Just don't be surprised if this one's already in motion behind closed doors. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Of course, not everyone's convinced. Some fans think this is just classic off-season noise. You know the type. Speculation swirling because there's not much else going on. But the difference here is the tone. Pritchard isn't the kind of player who generates headlines for fun. When his name surfaces in this kind of context, people notice. And let's be honest, Celtics fans have seen this before. Isaiah Thomas, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart. Boston has a history of seeing beloved guards move on, sometimes earlier than expected. This might just be another chapter in that trend. It stings, sure, but it's also the price of chasing banners. Not everyone gets to be part of the finish. Now let's talk legacy for a second. Pritchard might not have the stats of a star, but he's earned the respect of Celtics Nation. From the moment he stepped onto the parquet floor, he's played like a guy who belongs. Smart, tough, unselfish. Those aren't traits you can teach. He's been a fan favorite, a locker room guy, a hustle player. If this really is goodbye, he leaves with his head high. No drama, no flame out, just a young guard, ready for the next challenge. And that's something you can respect no matter where your loyalties lie. In a league obsessed with highlight reels, Pritchard has built his value the old-fashioned way, by showing up, shutting up, and putting in work. So what's next? That's the million-dollar question. If this rumor picks up steam, and believe me, the NBA grapevine moves fast. We could be hearing about trade destinations any day now. Free agency might not be an option this year, but that won't stop teams from picking up the phone. The draft's coming up, and we all know how much action happens that week. Don't be shocked if Pritchard's name is floated in a last-minute package deal. Or better yet, maybe a surprise team swoops in and makes an offer too good to refuse. Either way, one thing's clear. Payton Pritchard's time in Boston is very much in question. And that, my friends, is a storyline worth watching. Until we get official confirmation, this stays in the rumor zone. But you heard it here, something's brewing. Whether it's a trade demand, a quiet exit, or just smoke with no fire, we'll keep our eyes glued to the updates. Because if and when Pritchard does leave, it won't just be a roster move. It'll be the start of a new chapter. For him, for the Celtics, and maybe even for the team lucky enough to give him the chance he's been waiting for. Let's see where this goes. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and drop a comment. Should Boston move on from Pritchard, or are they about to regret letting a hidden gem walk out the door? That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.